Yo, 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 this is Fresh and Funky, baby. Coming to you live on a Monday, September 19th, 2022. We have the double hitter. Usually we have double hitter week one on Monday night, but this year we have week two double hitter. We have the Tennessee Titans going into Buffalo tonight, and then we have the Minnesota Vikings. Woo! The Horde is going to come into the motherfucking Philadelphia in the city of brotherly love and smack them. Hopefully, smack them Eagles respectively. But hopefully they go in there and play a good game. Hopefully we don't end up like the Colts, because respectfully, the Vikings, haven't played the Eagles very well here recently. When we had Mike Schlimmer, Mike sorry ass Zimmer. I'm glad. Hopefully he's somewhere out there in the cabin somewhere hunting, watching football instead of coaching it. Yeah, we got shellacked pretty bad there. Then we ended up losing pretty bad to the Niners, and then past couple years we come close to the playoffs, and we just haven't been the same team so this year. So hopefully tonight against Eagles, who they look a little bit better here. They look better than they did last year. I mean, Jalen Hurts looks a little more, but we'll see tonight here, see how our defense reacts against him and try to keep him, hold him in check and this and that. So it will be rocking and rolling there in the city of brotherly love. And then we have, obviously Buffalo versus Tennessee. Buffalo, big victory. They're coming home, first home game going against a formidable opponent. Tennessee has played the Bills close in, years past. I'm gonna say, was it last year or the year before? The Tennessee Titans ended up beating them. So, but I don't know. Tennessee Titans look like a different team this year, a different bunch of a group of guys and all that. So it'll remain to see how Mike Vrabel gets those guys pumped up and jacked up, and it's remain to see what the Buffalo Bills are gonna do. Obviously the Bills, they looked really well against the Rams, and I mean the Rams didn't look very well, Sunday against the Falcons. We'll get into that. We're gonna get my gears over the weekend here. But I'm just trying to get a little preview to what's coming down here tonight on Monday Night Football. So Josh Allen is really looking good. I mean, there's a couple of injuries that might be of concerns here. Gabriel Davis, he popped up on the injury report, so we'll have to uh, get more information. Hopefully, he'll be able to play, because that will be that will hurt if Gabriel Davis doesn't play tonight. I mean, I'd say that it hurt him bad, but it hurts a little bit because Josh and him have had a good rapport. So I think that would throw things off a little bit here, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna be derail the whole Buffalo Bills train, to say the least. But yeah, Minnesota here. I'm a Vikings fan, diehard Vikings fan. Been a diehard Vikings fan, even though I live in California. And I know it's kind of strange. Most Californians are either, Niner fans or they're Raider fans, even though the Raiders are in Las Vegas, or they're Charger fans or the Ram fans. But some of us, we do like other teams, and some people do come from other states and move out here. So, you know, I just, I've always been a purple people eater, ever since I can remember as a kid reading about that purple people eater defense here. And, that's who I root for, regardless of who's my quarterback, regardless if my team is good or if they're just really bad. It is my team, it is my team. It's just like my family, regardless if some of them are bad or good or whatever, they're my family. I love them. I love them to death. Doesn't mean I love what they do or love their actions. Vice versa. I mean, I'm sure some people don't like the way I talk, the way I come across, the way I speak to people. I mean, I'm not here to be your pal. I'm not here to be your fucking friend. I'm not here to be, I'm not here to appease your loves and your hates. But unfortunately, we have a lot of people that just, mm, want to hand pick or ninny pick, all that. But needless to say, Sunday was not a fun day. I mean, it was a fun day to watch football, but it was not a fun day if you were betting. That is, I mean, who really screwed whose pooch this weekend? Where would you like me to start here? Where would you like me to start here? As far as the Pittsburgh Steelers is considered, as far as the early games going, the Pittsburgh Steelers just laid down and just played horrible. I mean, they played a hell of a game against their divisional rival, Cincinnati Bengals, last week. I understand, Najee got banged up, TJ's pec's torn, but doesn't mean that you just give up on defense and you just don't play. You just don't play. And Mike Tomlin here. I mean, Mike Tomlin for the love of God, I understand that you want to stick with Mitchell Trubisky and you think that this man is your guy, but Trubisky looked like the old Trubisky yesterday. That's just put it that way. He looked like the old Trubisky, and this isn't your neighborhood old Bill Belichick New England Patriots. The Patriots got flooded in Miami. They only put up 7 points, and they put up 17 against the Steelers, who, for what I say, I know, TJ's, basically, mainly the heart and soul, but you still have Minka Fitzpatrick back there. You still have these other guys, Miles Jack. You still have Devin, but you still have some of these guys that are back that are, they're not slouches. They're not guys that are just, garbage run of the mill bums out here. But what makes it worse? I mean, I can understand if they went to Foxborough and then you just, laid an egg or whatever. But they were in frickin' Pittsburgh, and they lose like that to a New England Patriots team that's not even that good yet. And then don't get me started about the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, you you know, historically, statistically, the Jaguars own the Colts, guys. The Jaguars own the Colts, but yet the Colts were favored, and the Colts were supposed to go down there and get the trivial, off, get the demon off their back, and they didn't. They went down there and they laid a goose egg, and barely ran Jonathan Taylor. I don't know what the hell that's going on in Indianapolis. They got shut out for the first time since 2016 against who? The Jacksonville Jaguars. Am I saying the Colts you know, are going to shit the bed the rest of the season? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying right now it's not looking good for them. You tie the Texans, are considered to be one of the not best teams in the NFL. Then you go out and don't even score a point against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Broward County Jaguars. You know, and not saying that the Jaguars are shitty. The Jaguars, I mean, they gave the Commanders a fight last week, and then they took it to their divisional rival, Indianapolis, out there in Jacksonville, out there in Duval County, and it just, I tell you, they weren't the only terrible teams out there. I'm telling you, there was a lot of, you know, there was just some just terrible. And don't get me started about Tampa Bay, and the Saints game. You know, don't get me started about that. You got Tom Brady throwing around fucking iPads and shit, having a fucking temper tantrum and shit. And then he gets mad on one play, and then they start yapping at the other players, and then of course, somebody kind of goes like this in front of Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady wants to get yap in there, and then guess what? Yeah, somebody like Mike Evans goes in there, starts tossing somebody down to the ground, and then you get Marshawn Lattimore, who's another guy, another hot-headed dude that's not going to just take it from the Saints, and they just start fighting each other, and then they get thrown out the game, and then guess what? The Saints end up losing the game. The Saints ended up losing the game, even though they were winning that whole game. Yeah, it's terrible. The Saints look like crap. The fucking Bucks look like crap. I mean, it just was a horrible, horrible football game. I mean, we had maybe a couple touchdowns. They had a defensive touchdown towards the end. and then Brady threw that one to Perryman to basically put them ahead. It was just terrible football. That was terrible football game. And I'm sorry if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan or you're a New Orleans Saints fan and had to endure watching that crap. So and then you have the Cincinnati Bengals. They get rolled. They get beat by the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody thought Joe Burrow was going to come in there with the hot fire and brimstone out there, and and they didn't. The Cowboys and Cooper Rush, they actually ended up pulling out a victory there, and it's just the Bengals now, they're 0-2 now. They're 0-2 now. The Bengals are 0-2. We're supposed to be in charge of that division, and now everybody in that division is behind who? The Baltimore Ravens. Behind the Baltimore Ravens, behind the Cleveland Browns, and behind the Steelers. Because all three of those teams are 1-1. The Steelers lost. Boom. The Cleveland Browns lost. And they were up they got 30 points. You want to talk about a team that just was garbage? Do my sports show, all right? So yeah, I mean, you want to talk about garbage football this weekend that just really was terrible, and didn't fucking, was terrible. You know, the Jets scored 30 unanswered points against the Browns. Let's see. The Arizona Cardinals came back and beat the fucking Raiders. Raiders were winning the whole game, and then you had the shitty Texans versus the Broncos game, which was like basically just kicking field goals. And then don't get me started about this fucking Rams, the team that won the Super Bowl that barely fucking covered against the fucking Falcons, gave up a blocked punt, they threw a pick six towards the end, and didn't even cover the 10 points. Talk about bad beats this weekend. Really bad beats, really bad games. Some teams that came through and backdoor covered. Just like the Chiefs let Chargers backdoor cover, and all these other. And same thing, the Rams let the fucking Falcons backdoor cover, and it boggles your mind to say this, to say the least, that people think that sports is not rigged. It is rigged, ladies and gentlemen. I could prove it to you without a shadow of doubt that the sports that we watch every day is rigged. I mean, they pay off the referees first and foremost. The referees have to know exactly what's going on, how it's going on, what they want to do, this and that, and then just make the games close. Make some stupid calls, make some moronic bullshit calls that shouldn't even be called half the time, or then they just make up calls, and it's terrible. You know, it was just some terrible football, some teams that shouldn't have lost, definitely. So I mean, what do you have for tonight? Are we gonna have Tennessee come pulling off the upset and beating down the Bills tonight? I mean, if that happens tonight, we know week 2 is definitely rigged. If Tennessee comes out with a victory and just wins tonight, and then if I don't know, who would you say would be the favorite? The Vikings and the Eagles. I mean, I guess we'd say if the Vikings just laid an egg, and Kirk Cousins ends up being like Kirk Cousins, who's only won 2 times on Monday Night Football, who happened to be with the Minnesota Vikings. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it because it's two games, and 4 teams that are really good teams. But again, I'm reminded of yesterday's football, of how, like, when a game could be whatever, then they'll let the game come back, and then just whatever, and it's terrible. Congratulations to the Las Vegas Aces, as they won their first WNBA championship over the Connecticut Suns over the weekend. So we give them a nice congratulations. We had some upsets, obviously, in college football here. We had Michigan State pretty much get beat down by Washington, the Huskies. Penix, their quarterback, who transferred from Indiana, and so they looked pretty good against Michigan State. Not gonna lie. And Oregon looked like the regular Oregon team we know, and they really beat up on BYU, and they let BYU have it, and um, and then Notre Dame actually got a win, and they got their first win, but it was a close one. It definitely was a close one, uh, 24-17. So that was a closer than expected. Florida had a closer than expected game. So a lot of teams that had some closer than expected type games here, and so we didn't do really well. Either way, either or, I should say, as far as sports betting went here. But yeah, that was the weekend of sports here. But we have today's games here. We have obviously we have some baseball. Obviously, baseball's all right. We have the Cleveland Guardians here. They're beating the Twins here 11-4. Wow, no, definitely an over game there. And in the bottom of the eighth, the uh, the Mariners and Angels barely started here, so we got 1-0 here. It looks like the Mariners. Logan Gilbert is pitching. They got a runner. They got a run. So hopefully they can get a win because they've been losing to the Angels. The Angels have been playing them very well. We got the Cubs and the Marlins. We have the Astros and the Rays. This should be a good, getting close to the playoffs here. In baseball, we got the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. We have the Washington Nationals, the Atlanta Braves. We have the New York Mets and the Milwaukee Brewers, and we have the San Francisco Giants and the Colorado Rockies, and we have the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers here. So we got, let's see how many games we have left right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games that have not played yet, but 2 games that are one that is in the top of the ninth inning here between the Guardians and the Twins are down by 7 runs here, and the other one is just started here, and the Mariners and the Angels. Obviously, we got the Tennessee Titans and the Bills here. Obviously, the Bills are favored to win by 10 points tonight. Tennessee is plus 380 now on the money line here. The over-under is 47 points, 47 points even. So that's interesting there. The Minnesota Vikings and Eagles. Eagles are a 3-point home dog here today. Favored to win by 3. The Minnesota Vikings are plus 121 as far as the money line. And we have an over-under of 49.5. So, all right. And in Thursday night football this week, we have the Steelers and the Browns. So we're going to see who is going to be the leader of the AFC North out of these two, because both these teams are 1-1, and both these teams suffered some losses, hardship loss here. I mean, the Steelers didn't let like the Browns did. The Browns gave up like 30 points in the fourth quarter. Steelers just didn't play a good game and still had an opportunity to win the game, even though they just didn't look that good. Looked like they were just defeated. They looked like T.J. Watt, and then they just didn't know what to do. And then Trubisky turned into Trubisky, as old Mike Tomlin just, Trubisky's our guy. I don't want to start Kenny Pickett. Our plan is to sit Kenny Pickett for a year, and then we'll let him try to compete for the starting job, and see if he could take reins of this team. Well, I'm sorry to burst Mike Tomlin's bubble here, but I think we're gonna have to see Kenny Pickett before we're gonna be seeing Kenny Pickett before we know it. I mean, I'm not saying Trubisky's terrible. One game isn't a defiance of how he's gonna play his season, but he played well against Cincinnati, and then he just looked bad. Just looked bad. I mean, Steelers didn't really block for him very very well, but he just didn't. He wasn't getting the ball out there like he was beforehand. So yeah, so that's basically what we got down here for the scores here and everything. So we're gonna put together a little parlay bet here today. I got I have $4 on my free play. So we're gonna just do that today here. We'll do that here for the football game here, and then we'll also for Thursday night football as well, and then we'll save our Saturday for our Saturday parlay and for our Sunday parlay here. So excuse me, just had to take a hits from the bong, like Cypress Hill. Good luck hit from the bong there. And that's why I don't really have this as a child program because this isn't for kids. I mean, this isn't even a regular sports show. This is just a man sitting on fucking a chair and talking about sports and personally coming from his own feelings and his own aspects, not so much as far as, experience. I never played high school football. I didn't play collegiate football. I didn't play semi pro football. I never played for the NFL. But I've watched enough of football and, I've seen enough things and now that I'm analyzing the game from a betting perspective too, as well, seeing it from the different sides and the different ways to bet. Obviously the spread, the money line, the over unders. There's obviously parlay bets here. There's obviously first half bets, second half bets. You got quarterly bets. You build your prop bets here. So I mean, there's many ways to you know privilege win some money here and actually make money here and actually beat these books, beat the books here, and that's what we try to do as those of us that try to gamble. We try to help ourselves, not only just ourselves, but other people try to beat the books and take their money, take their money and put it in our pockets so that way we walk away at home as winners and, we're not walking home, feeling like we just been, cleaned out and we feel like we just got, you know, we feel like you just went through a colonoscopy. Let's just say that in a nice way, okay? But, but there's some people out here that they don't want to give out their things and they want you to pay for their picks and this and that. But that's not me. I mean I tell people, I mean this is how I look at a game. I look at the numbers. I like looking at numbers. I mean I'm not a mathematician wizard by any means. I barely got to fucking geometry. I'm not a calculus like my father and everything else. So I mean I know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. That's all I need to really know honestly, and that's the basis of math. But you have to understand, what's the scenarios, what situations, what numbers do the numbers add up, or which numbers suits me best. Which team, and you can look at which team. Some people do the team colors, some people do this and that, and whatever your method of your madness is to how you get to what you get to is putting a parlay together or betting on the team that you're backing is honestly your own thing. I believe everybody should have their own way of their own system of doing it. I mean, does other people have other ways that can help you win and kind of just you could from there you can take it. It's basically like template, okay? Somebody gives you a template and basically you can either modify it the way you want it to make it to where you can have it to where you understand it and make it better, or you just get out the kitchen. Sorry about that. We have to get our water here because sometimes when you're talking a lot, your mouth gets dry, everything. But needless to say, here we have some interesting games to say the least here. We got a double hitter Monday, or yeah, Monday. So I'm a person that sometimes I end up like I'm like, hey, I feel as though you don't play 2 unit plays on football sometimes. But I feel like it's Monday Night Football. You have to really know exactly what you're betting on and what you're betting for here. All right. We're looking at Tennessee here plus plus 10 here. And we have Buffalo minus 10 here. Okay. And what is that telling us right now? The Bills minus 10 tells us a lot of things. Either they're expecting the Bills to really cover and cover good, or does Tennessee come in the back end and screw us? Kind of like if you bet the 10. Well, if you bet the 10 on the Packers last night, you covered against the Bears. It was 27-10, so 17 points that the Packers won by. So they covered that 10 easily with an extra 7 on top. The Rams did not cover the minus 10 yesterday. Neither did the Broncos cover their 10-point minus spread. So, double digits are, kind of, it's kind of scary as far as, uh, you know, betting, backing the minus 10 side of the aspect here is, double digits. I mean, I mean, it literally means that if you're taking the team that double digits, they're gonna have to dominate throughout the whole game and like basically just dominate, and then basically they're gonna have to get up big and then hold on and just pray that the other team does not get close. I mean, Tennessee, yeah, they they played well the first half, and then they tried to claw back. They had a chance to beat the Giants. They only lost by a point, and had a chance to kick a field goal, but their field goal kicker missed it. So now you got to go on the road and play at Buffalo. It's going to be a raucous crowd. They're going to be happy, and they're going to be pumped, and they're going to be ready to go. I mean, there's obviously a reason why the Buffalo Bills are favored to win the Super Bowl. I mean, there's other reasons, obviously, especially if you if you're a person like myself who I'm learning about this gematria. You know, the gematria numbers. You look at these certain numbers here. You will see exactly. So and obviously you take the numbers. You would look at, okay, what's the series? What is the series? You know, what's the series score between the Titans and the Bills? Who ultimately leads the series in wins and losses? Because sometimes that can determine, and that number that you see there, can also help you out. And see, a lot of people just want to dispute, the gematria numbers and this and that. But then some people just, you have to understand, you have to be able to properly decode it right. I'm not somebody that does it. There's a guy named Zach, man. He's an amazing guy. There's another guy, Mr. Flawless. And these guys do very well. I mean, they obviously know very well. And, I want a homeboy of mine, Gematria Productions 208, he'd be dropping the knowledge on me. He was the person that kind of, introduced me to that. So I was like, okay, hey, you know, I was like, hey, man, that's pretty freaking cool. Pretty cool and radical. But then you got people out here think there's some fucking rad racer, there's some fucking Fast and Furious person outside. And, it's okay when about fucking 6 years when you can't have your gas powered cars and shit. What are you fuckers gonna do? Yeah, that's what I ask. All these people in California. We live out here and shit, and they want to tell us that sports betting is fucking illegal and bad and is leading to homelessness when it's been actually the opposite. It's actually our fucking government and our state governor who's a piece of shit and should be thrown in jail along with Nancy Pelosi and along with Maxine Waters down in L.A. Talk about she keeps. Yeah. Talk about a black woman that is just and then people are like, "Well, how dare you? You're a white man. You can't talk about race or this and that." I'm tired of people saying that you can't talk about race and this and that and bullshit, this and that. I'm tired of people labeling a white person that we should be guilty and feel like, well, we're privileged and that well, if I had fucking privilege right now, I'd be working in a fucking studio somewhere like Bristol, Connecticut, where like a ESPN, and I wouldn't be hurting for nothing, and I'd be sitting and whatever. If fucking my privilege because of my color, my skin, and my privilege was any goddamn thing that really meant something. But you see, most of you people are fucking monkey see, monkey do, brain dead motherfuckers. And it doesn't matter what color, what culture you come from, they make you brain dead and servile, and they make you believe in bullshit and believe in lies. See, some of you don't believe in God, but some of you will believe in the bullshit and the fucktalkery and the shit that they just lie to you every day. And then you believe it like it's the fucking word of God and like it's the gospel of everything. And then you realize by the time you realize the truth of the matter is you're dead and gone, and it doesn't. At that point, it doesn't mean shit. Once we leave this physical plane, we go to the spiritual plane and onto something else. Okay, mind you. But everybody thinks that they're fucking king of the scraps out here, and I ain't talking about Crips or no blood or no gangbanger fucking bullshit. That too is a part of why you motherfuckers are all locked up in a stupid cycle. And is it my fault? Did I tell you to go live the gangster life? Did I tell you to go put drugs down people's throats? Did I tell you to push that shit? No, I did not. And see, that's where all you people get it wrong and get it twisted. And it's not just regular human beings. It's the athletes too. These athletes, they go along, and then all of a sudden, you want reparations. You're gonna stand up to your oppressors when you're taking money and you're getting thousands of millions of billions from these motherfuckers. Now tell me who's the hypocrite here. Tell me who's the racist here. Coming out of the mouth of people, the mouthpieces of people that are actually mouthpieces for these racist people to handpick you and to keep you in the situation, to keep you down. But you don't believe that because you'll only believe whatever dumb shit somebody tells you. And then you'll believe it to the end. And then when you finally fucking wake up and really know what the hell the truth is and what's really the truth, you might not even be around. You might be dead and gone. Your life, and is your life, and if that's what you think life was supposed to be for you, you are sadly mistaking yourself. And that's the reason why I don't have friends hardly anymore. That's why I don't have fucking people anymore. That's why I don't really talk too much. I mean, I say shit on my own channel and this and that because when I start saying things about and other people want to just start saying stupid shit, I'm sorry. I have to just, not that I want to be Mr. Know-it-all or whatever, but it's false. You're out here spewing rhetoric just like everyone else. You know, they want to silence hate speeches, this and that on this platform and others. Well, you got to be careful of what you're doing yourself because you're canceling yourself out in the end. And I hope you know this. It should be in your brain. But most people don't want to use their brain. They don't want to turn their brain on. They don't want to activate the brain. But because Kenny smokes a little bit of marijuana and Kenny's this and that, oh, Kenny's a dissident. Kenny's a crazy man. He's a crazy fucking veteran. Oh, he's a crazy white supremacist. He's the. People can label me this and that. But if I tried to tell them that they are and told they are the racist, you can't do that. You can't have the conversation because nobody will allow you to have the conversation because they want to shut you up. Because it ain't about having conversation anymore. It ain't about understanding each other. It's not about that anymore. It's about silencing people. It's about if you're not with us, you're against us, and we got to kill you. And that's a dangerous rhetoric, and it's on both sides, whether it's the Trumpers or whether it's the Bidenators or the fucking just the dumbass people that want to sit on the fucking fence and act like somebody else is going to come out of the sky and super friends and Jesus or whoever is going to come swooping out and come back and save you from this world. And I'll tell you this as truthfully as possible, that is not going to happen. That is not going to happen, especially when a God gives you a free will. Now, how does that work, dummies? He's going to strike you down when he gives you free will. Yeah, makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? When dumb people chirp and talk to you and dumb you down and put shit in your weed, put shit in your food, put shit in your water, put shit in your heads, put shit in your music, put shit in your television programming, and wonder why you cannot do nothing, and wonder why you are trapped, and whether you are just a fucking slave to the bullshit. And it doesn't matter what color you are because they want everybody to be like it's a small world. Jack. And that's the motherfucking facts. And I don't care if people don't come to my channel. I don't come to speak because I want everybody to come flock to me like I'm some fucking messiah. I'm not. I'm just merely a man that's trying to live on this life and live in this world and trying to live with other people in a civil manner. I'm not trying to have a breakdown of society and that's live like it's the fucking Book of Eli or any other type of crazy, scenario that we watch on TV. Because we know it's not going to be good. I mean, look what's happening over in the Ukraine. It's not happy times over there, okay? And what's going to be happening in Taiwan. Look what's going to be happening in some of these other places where there's been going on for years and conflicts and this and that. You think it's happy times over there? You think they're sitting around, sitting on their ass, patronizing themselves, acting da da da? And then people in America. You think this shit's not going to collapse and you don't think there's going to be hardships? You don't think that you think that it's all going to be whatever? And you're mistaking yourself. You're mistaking yourself and you're playing a dangerous game. A very dangerous game. We can sit up here and talk all the science and musical bullshit and who we love and who we like and what football fucking team we root for and how the games and this and that. We could do that shit all day long. But in the end of things, that don't mean shit. That's called a fucking distraction. That's called to keep you fucking that's called it's like a dog, okay? How how do you keep a dog trained? You keep a dog entertained, right? You keep a dog down. The dog don't know that that it's being treated like whatever as long as you keep it entertained, as long as you keep it's mind occupied and you keep giving it things to where it thinks it's being loved and you're giving it the false sense of security that they think it's safe. And then when you least expect it, bam. But nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody acts like they got all the fucking answers and this and that, and that's fine. But the truth be told, you're gonna find out who's right and wrong on this motherfucker. And is that the end all be all end game? Is to be right all the time? Be right more than everybody else? Is that why we live life? Is that why we strive to be the best? Is that why we strive to have a family and strive to live better and strive to leave a legacy behind? Sometimes we got to ask ourselves these hard questions, but we don't want to ask ourselves the hard questions. We want to continue to bullshit ourselves and listen to bullshitters all day long and watch people that have billions of dollars and then, wow, I wish I could be just like them. Oh, I wish I could live in a mansion like them. Oh, they're living the high life. They're great. Those people are miserable. They're angry. They're bitter. They don't give a shit about people. They don't care. They have no fucking feelings. Because guess what? They're not who they say they are. They're portraying somebody they're not. They're an actor. So you're acting. So you're somebody you're not. You're not being yourself. Just like a rapper. A rapper don't go by his real name. He goes by a fucking stupid moniker. He can have a bunch of babies in a family, but he could talk about murdering women and killing people and acting like bang, bang, murder, murder, kill, kill, bang, bang, kill, all day fucking long. Like, that's okay. And then it's a white person's problem. But yet you over here from your own people's mouths coming out there like that. Now you tell me who's perpetuating the lies and the dissidents of your people. You continue to believe whatever bullshit you want to believe. But that's called a fucking reality. And the reality will hit you like a ton of bricks. And reality don't give a shit about feelings, about color, about this, just like hate. Hate and love has no color, has no genders, has nothing. But it's what they do with those emotions that trigger people's. All right. Now, I go on a rant like I always do, but that's just me. I like to just speak my shit, get this shit off my chest. And, there's other people that don't want to say shit, that just want to be quiet. And I'm not trying to be quiet. I'm not going to sit so silently and go silently into the night. All right. Let's see here. Shay, you can go higher. So obviously with Tennessee, the lower the number, obviously the better here, the better the odds here. But see Tennessee -3. I mean, that's crazy right there. Let's see. I mean, Tennessee, if it was by 13, I mean, that wouldn't be bad here. We just put, I think we took them, like, say you take Tennessee that, you take that here, and let's say, 47 points. Do I, I mean, 47 to me is like they're saying, they're trying to say like it'll be either like a 27-10 ball game or 30, it'll be like a 37-10 ball game, which, but Bills have a really really tough defense, and man, they I mean they held down the Rams, but the Rams were able to get some points too, and but they were able to put up what 30 points I think it was, so it went over 40 here, so um like I said, most games kind of. Well, let's see if we get. All right, we'll take the over here. We'll say so. So we took an alternative spread here. We took Tennessee plus 14.5, and we took the over 47.5 here in that game here. So that's. I mean, let's it goes under like. Fuck, under 32. I mean, shit. I mean, that would be just insane. Under 40 here. I mean, they're under 43. I mean, and then yeah, we're you over 50 here. It's obviously here. Yeah, I mean, I mean under 40. I mean it would really have to be. I mean this game would have to be really really close here. And I think there could be points to be put on here, and I think Buffalo can. Or under 46 here. I mean, is what we're taking the over. We're taking the over 47. So I mean, Mm. Yeah, just maybe what is it minus 110? Yeah, minus 110. Uh, maybe we take an alternative one then. Uh, let's take. We'll take the. Let's see. We'll take the under. Yeah, take under 45 here. Oh, it's okay. They get. Okay. So, all right. Well, then let's take the under. We'll take the under. We'll take the under. The under 47 and a half here. Oh, we can't do that then. All right. Well. I don't know why it wasn't letting us. Let's just take the over though. I mean, all right. We'll do that here. We'll just say that. We'll take the over here. We'll take Tennessee plus the 14 and a half, and we'll take the over. The over 47. All right. All right. 34, 44 more time. Yeah. Derrick Henry. Damn. Derrick Henry. Eh. I mean, shit. If he gets over 25 carries, Derrick Henry total carries. And let's take the Vikings here. We'll take the Vikings, and do we take the under 49? I mean, I don't know. Maybe both these teams put up some points here. Under 49. I mean, that means 7. That'd be both teams would have to hit 7. That means there would have to be 7 touchdowns between both teams here. So we'll do that, I guess. And then baseball here. Alright, baseball here. The Cubs are favored here. The Astros are actually favored here. Let's do that. We'll put the Astros. We'll do Astros. We'll do Mets. Over. Now we want under 11. And then we'll take Kershaw. And I mean, Kelly's pretty good. But do we think there'll be over 8 runs here? Under 7. Let's take the over. We'll take the over 7.5 here. All right. All right. So we're going to write our bet down here. All right, here we go. We got Monday Night Football plus MLB parlay for 9.19 here. All right, so we got the Tennessee Titans here. We got them plus 14.5 on the spread line. I'll put the alt spread line here. Alternate spread line here. Minus 214. I have the over 47.5 points in the Titans and Bills. Even though respectfully both these teams are a defensive minded. Then we got the Vikings money line. Yeah, Vikings money line plus 123. Then we have the under 49.5 points. And the Vikings and Eagles, even though I mean I'm taking complete opposites here, Vikings and Eagles. The Vikings and Eagles should be more of a high scoring game than the obviously the Bills and Titans. Then we took the Astros. Got Astros money line here. Plus 100. That's plus even money. We also took the Mets. Also taking the Mets money line here. That's minus 102. I'm taking the under 11.5 runs. And the Giants and the Rockies game. Minus 119. And I'm taking the over 7.5 runs and the Desert Snakes, aka the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers here tonight. That is my 8 teamer right there. Minus 105 there. Hold an 8 teamer. I've yet to cash on an 8 teamer, but we're gonna try tonight here. Is we'll cash out at $168.71. Again, again, my action and my play today and the parlay that I have put together. We took the Tennessee Titans plus 14.5 on the alternate spread. It's minus 214. We took the over 47.5 points in that Tennessee and Buffalo Bills game tonight. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings money line. They get it done, and I'm taking the under 49.5 points in the Vikings and Eagles game. I took the Astros money line to beat the Rays tonight. I have the New York Mets money line to beat the Milwaukee Brewers. I have the under 11.5 runs between the Giants and the Rockies, minus 119, and I have the over 7.5 runs between the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers here. So those are my action. Those are my plays. That is the parlay for tonight. An eight leg parlay here. Only wagered $1. And if all 8 legs cash, that dollar will turn into $168.71. So I've been close the last week. I was really close two times. I was within one game. Uh, eh, but I didn't do well. I did not do so well here as far as college came to considered, or the NFL here kind of fell apart. But hey, yeah, it happens, But I'm only wagering $1. I'm not losing by my means, and so no, therefore I'm not homeless. And I just don't get that. It's just lying propaganda that that people will believe. People will believe that crap. People don't believe what you say or believe you because they then get you that people are all discredited. Don't believe these people. They're all liars. They're liars. Don't believe us. Believe us. We tell you the truth. We tell you this. And really, who are you believing? It's like all the church people used to say, well, the Bible's this, the Bible's that. Blah, 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 blah. But then when you really, 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 really realize what some of these Christians are really doing, they're really not doing God's life. They're the total opposites. And, then it says in the Bible, people will come in my name and deceive you. People will come in my name and they will imprison you. They'll fuck with you. They'll do this. They'll do that to you. But you got to have the Spirit. You got to be the person that figures it out. God doesn't say that, I'm figuring your life out and then, I'll make it all. I mean, yeah, he's in the midst of it. He'll help you out if you want help and this and that, but he's not going to, do the work. You got to do work. You got to make your life better. You got to love yourself. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of the things you know, there's no, there's no craziness behind that. But, people want to believe otherwise, but, whatever. Whatever. I'm not here to whatever. I'm just encouraging people to see things for what it is. Don't believe people and act like, well, then these people are your friends and they're really not your friends and this and that shit. But yeah, that's what we have for today here. It's 2 o'clock here. We got about 2.5 hours till the games get going down here. And we're gonna just chill and relax, get pumped up. I gotta get hyped up for this Vikings game, and hopefully we'll actually get a fucking W tonight and actually go 2-0. It's been quite some time since we've gone 2-0, so it'd be nice tonight to start the season off, especially on Monday night. And it'll be probably gonna be a shorter week for us. I don't know exactly who we're playing next week, but probably be some division foe. We'll probably end up be playing the Lions or something. Next. But who knows? Well, I'll find out. But yeah, our bets are in there. Hopefully there'll be some good football games. Hopefully we won't have no weird type crap going on or this or that. But I'm sure it's sports and it's life. There's always weird things going on, and things can explain those things, but some people don't want to believe that. But other than that, you're on your own. Hopefully, if you do out there, and you are betting in certain states, please bet responsibly. Don't be stupid. Don't be dumb. And if you do have a problem, please reach out to somebody. Please, please, please reach out to somebody. We do not condone, degenerate gambling. We do not condone drug use. We do not condone underage this and that. We don't condone any of that stuff. We don't we don't support none of that crap. You know, here if you're of age and you all in moderation and you're not overindulging and you can handle it and be responsible, that's what you got to do. If you're being irresponsible, that is a no-no and that is a no-go. But on that note, hopefully all of you will have a wonderful and blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be better, not bitter. And let's hopefully win some motherfucking money tonight. And I'm out.